Hey, hi, hello there. Here we are again in the emotional support hoodie. So this one's going to be a really weird one. Welcome back to Random Ass Missy. This one's going to be really weird, and this is not for everybody. All right. I'm not for everybody. Let's be real here. So I partake in gummies from time to time, and I just took one. So, in about half an hour towards the end of this, it's gonna get interesting, I'm sure. So, there's a little disclosure for you. I do live in a state where it's legal. Thank you very much. And yeah, it's evening time, so I do it in the evening so I can wind down and get good sleep. Or else, the anxiety takes over. So, let's get started before it gets weird. Um, Today I'm going to talk a little bit about dreams, like specific dreams that I have, and a little bit of weird theories about dreams in general. Like there's a lot of theories about dreams out there, right? Um, and some of them obviously have facts that can back them up, and others are just out there and I think they're cool and kind of interesting, and it'd be cool if it was real. So one of the interesting ones is that like once you go to sleep, you wake up in another reality and your dream is just you in some other reality. I think that's a pretty cool thing. Uh, Although the dreams that I'm about to talk about, maybe that's not a cool thing. So there's a little bit of trigger warning on this one, for like uh violence. We'll go with violence. Yeah. So, along this healing journey that I'm on, I have been uh, having really, really weird dreams. And like, I don't always remember my dreams because I don't get a whole lot of REM sleep. I wake up a lot at night and it's just like this whole in and out kind of deal. But usually, right before I need to get up in the morning is when I sleep the deepest, of course. So I will remember parts of a dream because it's right there as I'm waking up and it's very fresh. Unfortunately, once I realize I am dreaming, I wake up. This wasn't always the case. As a teenager, I could lucid dream and like, I'm dreaming, I can control this, and then I'd start doing weird shit. That's not allowed anymore, apparently, as much as I would like it to. Um, so I've been having these dreams on this healing journey about being chased. And not just chased, I mean like hunted, like by a government entity kind of chased. Like ratcheting up the anxiety, the fear, the adrenaline, like full on, I am like parkour being chased, like through parking garages, through buildings, whatever. The scene changes every time, but it's still an entity chasing me with men in, in body armor and with guns. And they inevitably catch me at the end of the dream. And sometimes I wake up before they, and sometimes I don't. Um, which, like, if you think about it, it's really your subconscious talking to you, right? And so, why is my subconscious trying to kill me? Like, subconscious, why? Why are you so upset with me that you keep killing me in my sleep? Like, stop it. Um, so anyways, I keep having this dream over and over again. The location's different. Sometimes there are people with me, sometimes there are not people with me. Usually it's not people I know in real life. Um, or I'll like interact very briefly with people as I'm like, all right, I gotta go. And then as soon as I like duck through a door, somebody's coming through the front door or whatever. um, so the last one I haven't had one, gosh, in a couple of weeks now. I had a different dream recently, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I need to tell you about this one first. So I'm being chased, right? And not all of them are in body armor anymore. Some of them are in street clothes and like strategically placed, like I'm not supposed to know they're there. Obviously, I always know they're there, and I like take off immediately. So I'm being chased, adrenaline is super high. And I am like, I know I'm about to be caught. Like I always get this feeling right before I get caught, right? Like this shit. This is it. This is it. There's nowhere left to go. So I'll hide because there's nowhere left for me to run to. Or I've like run out of oomph, like there's no running left to be had. There's no energy left to be had. And obviously, this isn't like real life because I cannot run. I am not a runner. My ankles and my knee will be like, absolutely not. Down you go. But in the dream, I can run. So I am going along, just like trying to get away, trying to get away, trying to get away. And this one was different because I never got cornered. They just surprise attacked me. So I make it into like this this airplane hangar of some sort. There isn't an airplane in it. I don't know where I am. I don't remember any of that. But I'm talking to this person about, getting on a flight to get the fuck out of there because I know they're coming for me, right? Um, and then suddenly this dude in street clothes comes out of the blue, shoots me 4 times in the chest in a line, like bam, 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 bam. Apparently, he didn't think one in the chest was enough. Um, and he jumps in between me and this other person to shoot me because he knows that's like the only way he's going to get me, right? Is if he surprises me. Well, he lands like against a crate or something, and I just take the gun from him and bam, right through his eye socket. And I look down and there's like blood spreading, and it's still that adrenaline. There's no pain yet, obviously, because, one, it's a dream, and two, there's still too much adrenaline to feel anything, but there's, blood spreading. And I look up at the guy and the person that I was speaking with, and I'm like, you should call 911. And the person is just like a gaping fish out of water, like because they were just a bystander. They were not expecting this dude. They were not expecting me to still be standing because I'm still standing. And I'm like, you should probably call 911. And suddenly, as he's holding his phone up to his ear, that's when I'm passing out and I wake up and I'm like, what? Like, so you didn't even corner me. You just sneak attacked me. And I didn't immediately just like, I'm done. I'm like staring at this guy like, oh, I'm just going to take the gun from you. And there, right through the eye socket. Like, whoa. I've never fought back before. And they've never sneak attacked me like that before. So yeah, that one was a special kind of awful. And then I was mad like all day long. That's the thing when I have really vivid dreams right before I wake up, emotions will stick with me like all day long and I do whatever I can to get rid of it and usually it just doesn't want to go. And I'm like, "Why? Like leave me alone." So I was angry the rest of the day as if I had actually been shot. Anyways, so yeah, that was the last dream like that where like a entity was chasing me and killing me. Um, so this last dream that I had that was different, like even more different, I think it was this last week. Um, I was being chased, but it was more like playing a game of hide and seek, like a bad game of hide and seek, and they were just like idiots. It was like I was being chased by idiots around this apartment complex. And I'm like weaving in and out of buildings, through people's apartments, off of balconies, because, apparently it's like a Liam Neeson movie, right? But these guys were just idiots. And they were like announcing themselves to me without realizing they were announcing themselves to me. And I remember just like, what are their deals? Like, why are we doing this right now? And at some point, um, I stopped and one of them like tackles me from behind and they take me inside one of the apartment buildings and they just like leave me there for a while. And it's like this really gross apartment that like is uninhabitable, and I'm like trying not to touch anything, and I'm just standing there because I don't want to sit on anything because it's gross. And and then I'm just like, what are these idiots doing? And I woke up. So we downgraded from like a military complex deal chasing me down and killing me to idiots kidnapping me for an unknown reason and me laughing at them. Like a couple of times I was just like taunting them, just absolutely just laughing at their ineptitude, but somehow I still got caught anyway, and I wasn't upset about it. I wasn't scared, I wasn't angry. I was just like, what's happening right now? So maybe I say all of that, I know, a whole 10 minutes of it, to tell you that I think that my subconscious is finally calming itself. And maybe I really do feel safe now. Because, like, I was interpreting the being chased down and killed dream as we are unsafe. We are unsafe. We cannot be safe here. We are not safe here. We are unsafe. That was like what was, oh my God, we're being chased. Then the downgrade was, what's going on? Like, maybe we're unsafe? I don't know. Are we really unsafe? Probably not. I don't know. Let's point and laugh. So I'm really hoping that my subconscious is like, all right, we're cool. Like, we're fine now. Great. I don't know. Dreams are weird. Dreams are wild. You should tell me in the comments the weirdest dream you've ever had. I would greatly appreciate it. And maybe we'll talk about it on a future episode. Um, I So let's talk about dreams as an alternate reality, right? Like, hmm. And if dreams are an alternate reality, maybe in another reality, I am being chased by the government. Shh. I'm not making fun of anybody other than myself because, like, somewhere in me is the belief that maybe I really am being kept from doing something that I'm supposed to do, but they don't want me to do. I don't know. I could just be crazy. That might be more accurate. um, I can't really take myself seriously anymore. Like, there was a point in time where I took myself like way too seriously and like overthought everything ever. So I just had to stop taking myself seriously because if I'm not taking myself seriously, I can't overthink it. I'm not thinking about it at all. I'm just having fun. Whee! Um, so I have queso next to me, the Clover Valley Dollar General special, um, and it's not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. But my basis for jarred queso is the Tostitos brand. I really like the consistency and the flavor of the Tostitos brand. Well, this is a similar flavor, but it's got a weird texture. My flavor of neuro spicy is a texture person, and there's texture and then there's texture. So this is a texture, but it's not so awful if it's hot enough. So there's that. Whatever. I don't know why I had to talk about that. He was just sitting next to me. We are the D in ADHD, but I'm not sure which D. So anyway, we were talking about dreams, right? And maybe it's an alternate reality. So, I think that that alternate reality lives a cooler life than I do, and maybe I just want to go live in her reality for a little while. Uh, Unless this reality gets cooler. Like, this reality has been really cool at points in the past, and then it got weird, and then it got boring, and I'm one of those people that when I get too bored, the world is ending and I have to fix it this instant or else. That's why I miss things sometimes because I'm too busy going, oh my gosh, I am so bored. I need to go do something. And when I mean, what I mean when I say I need to go do something, I need to go make a change. Like a change that people don't just do because they're bored. That's what I do when I'm bored. And I need to like go back to dyeing my hair a new color when I'm bored, not moving 3 hours away kind of bored. And it's not just boredom. It really isn't just boredom, but like surface level, it's boredom. Um, there's obviously a lot of feeling stuck and feeling unproductive, and there's probably some trauma that gets triggered in there. And then on the surface, I'm like, man, I'm bored. Let's cause some trouble. I really was the drama as a teenager. Oh, I was the drama. If there was a rumor that started, it was probably me. It was probably me that started it, and nobody knew that I'm the one who started it because I'd started in a way that sounded like I was relaying it from somewhere else. But I was totally the drama. High school was so boring. Y'all, high school was so boring. I didn't learn anything. I like uh, look, I was really bad at math, and maybe if it didn't give me a headache, I would have applied myself in math class, but the rest of it, I was just so bored. Like, I, I had either already read all of the stuff that they were trying to teach us, or I just didn't care enough because I knew I wasn't going to use it in the real world, like a graphing calculator. What am I going to do with a graphing calculator other than plot boobs? Like, I actually failed a whole semester of applied geometry because I didn't do anything with the graphing calculator like I was supposed to, and ended up in the office every time that class was going on. And so, right before my senior year, I had to take some summer school. That was cool. Um, Summer school reminds me of um, Homestar Runner. Because we did homes or not homeschool, summer school in the computer lab, and it was modules on the computer. Well, once I was done, I would play on the internet. I mean, it's like probably 2003. Is it 2003? Yeah, it's 2003. So it's the summer of 2003. And I'm in the computer lab dinking around on the internet, and I find this cartoon called Homestar Runner. I'm like, what's going on here? This is weird. And I, at first I wasn't super into it or whatever, but then they brought out Strong Bad. And I don't know what it is about Strong Bad. He's this little tiny cartoon guy with a wrestler mask on, like a Nacho Libre type wrestler mask on. And he's got like, I think he's wearing boxing gloves, but he's a cartoon, so you don't know. So they're like these round hands with a thumb. And he talks like this. And I don't know what it was about him, but Strong Bad and The Cheat. I just loved them so much. The Cheat, I don't know what the Cheat was. He kind of reminded me of like a little feral animal, maybe Pikachu ish. He was yellow, but he like didn't have a whole lot of shape. He was just kind of like spikes. So I don't know. He could have been anything. He could have been a porcupine. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, Strong Bad was my favorite. So if you've ever heard Trogdor, that's Strong Bad singing about Trogdor the Burninator, and then there's a cartoon of a dragon burning things, burninating things, I should say. So yeah, I've got really weird nostalgia from really weird places. I don't know why I'm whispering to you today. You know what? I know why. I know why. It's been 19 minutes. I know what's going on. Don't mind me. Um, wow. So I'm going to try my best to keep it to 30 minutes, y'all. I'm going to try my best. So there was Trogdor, and that was from the Homestar Runner cartoon. And there was also, I think it was called like Joe Cool Cartoons or something, and it was like a flash site where you like clicked on something and you played a little interactive game or whatever. There was the frog. Was the frog in the blender or was the frog in the microwave? I don't know, there was a microwave, there was a blender, and there was a frog, and there was a hamster. And it was really awful. I understand. It was really awful. It was just a cartoon, y'all. It's just a cartoon. Um, but we'd play this stupid game, right? And at the end, there's credits. And if you hover over the guys' faces, they'll say, "Stop poking me." And so, and it's not in the same voice every time, but it's all deeper voices. So it's like, "Stop poking me." I don't know why I need to make the faces with that. So every once in a while, I just think, "Stop poking me." And I giggle because, y'all, I can't take anything seriously. Okay. I don't know how many times I need to tell you that. I'm done. I'm really done, I promise. Um, so circle back around. Dreams, dreams. Like, does anyone ever like get to pick what they dream about? Like, do you lay down at night and you're like, "Hey, brain, I want to dream about this thing," and then you actually get to dream about it? Because that would be a really cool skill that I would like to learn. Like, that would be really, really cool to me. Like, hey, body, hey, brain, let's have a funny little dream tonight. I'm not gonna go further. You understand where I'm going. Um, oh, anyways, hi, how are you? Look, y'all, I'm gonna cut this one short because clearly the brain is not gonna be productive anymore, and I'm just gonna get like progressively more silly as this goes on. So, thank you so much for indulging me today about dreams. Leave me your favorite dream, your weirdest dream, your worst dream in the comments. Maybe we'll talk about it in another episode. Thank you all so much. This has been Random Ass Missy. Bye.